What is up, my guys? I am your Brody Treeman Trash, aka the Trash Man, aka the Trash Can, aka the man with the cans, aka the man who holds all the cans, aka the guy with the cans, aka Can Guy, aka the Can
Candyman.
Can Man.
Candyman.
I'm playing Sinking City. This will be part 3. I forgot to change the title when I launched it, but I will change it later. Just know, for you watching at home, it's part 3. We're going to get right into it. I think I came here to show my friend what I was playing, because a friend of mine came over, and so it is currently... I went to this house, and while I intended to just go in and probably get wrecked, I very, very fortunately somehow managed to kill these creatures, even though I literally ran out of ammunition after not even killing the first one, and then I proceeded to slap the rest of them to death, so... Just gonna bring up the... Oh, just gonna mute that.
I'm going to join the channel with my other account so I can watch the stream on the computer.
Okay, sounds good. Who's there?
Oh, you're not streaming in Discord?
Huh?
That's me. It's my other account.
No, I'm not. Here, I'll stream it. That way you can at least see what's happening in real time.
Well, I'll be able to hear it too.
Right. Alright. Shop owner's notes. The dreams returned again, even stronger than before. I feel those things touching me, crawling, leaning towards my warmth. The doctor is a Dane obsessed with his theories, but who can help me? I'm losing my mind. Today I woke up and one of the creatures was under my blanket. I smashed it on the floor and stomped until it stopped moving, but it was no more a dream. It is real. Neither coffee nor cocainum worked to stay awake. Kay, help me. Twice I have almost fallen asleep and they appeared again.
Oh, yeah, now I can hear it.
Yeah, the soundscape of this game is really what makes it super scary. Because there's constantly,
Seems after visiting Dr.
if your
Grant,
sanity gets
the
low,
shop owner preferred to self-medicate.
Your sanity is constantly threatened by various things, and once your sanity starts to go down, you hear shit like the whispering, your vision gets all tweaked out like this. I don't know what's damaging my sanity, but... Hospital response. The disturbing dreams you complained about may be the result of the Helminth infestation. Your description of the creatures you see and feel while sleeping is reminiscent of some parasitic forms of life. I recommend you follow the recipe below to prepare an ointment of my own devising. This should ease your symptoms and help you get rid of any and all parasites. Must be something over here that's draining my sanity. Is there an interaction that I'm missing?
Those bloodstains would definitely attract wild beasts.
Maybe it's just the blood. Oh no, there is something. Oh. It's leading me somewhere. Jesus. God. I hate this shit. I'm getting too old for this shit.
I don't think he's going to tell me much about those monsters.
Can't bear to stay awake any longer. Can't let them take me there. Every time I see them in a dream, they appear near me, touch me with their cold hands, sting me with those tails. There is only one way to end this suffering. Kay, forgive me. All of it is skeleton. Thank God. Get me the hell out of here. Oh god. Oh no, I don't have the shit to fight you guys. Get the hell out of here. There's no way. I don't have any bullets. I got all the evidence I needed. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You guys can fight each other. But they disappeared.
He's cursed.
I guess I got too far. Well, fuck it. Grab all the loot I can while I'm here. God. Nope, I'm not fighting y'all. Good.
He's cursed. He's cursed.
Sorry, I need this. It's classic. Yeah, it's a classic.
What is that from again?
It's from the Dave Chappelle Grand Theft Auto sketch.
Right, that's right.
Pull the guy out of the car. And go, sorry, I need this.
Right.
Oh, I got a ton of gunpowder from that. Hell yeah, let's go back there and shred these fools. I probably can't kill him. I'm good. I'm good. You know what? I'm good. Just gonna go back to the fast travel point. I got all the evidence I needed. I'm good. I'm out. I'm not fighting those fuckers. There's nothing else to get except for satisfaction of killing them all. And maybe I missed some loot, but
Still installing.
Please help a fella out. I'll take anything you got.
I checked the house of the diseased man, Bells. His family has turned into those creatures too.
Huh. Fascinating. Did you discover the source of the contamination?
A creature emerged from their sunken basement and transformed them. I think its vomit is contagious.
If so, we must quarantine it. Those Lethian revenants are a huge threat. This city could not survive an epidemic like that.
What did you call them?
Lethian revenants. Oh, you may thank the university professor for the beast's unwieldy names.
I called into the shop of your patient. Unfortunately,
Oh, I wish I could say I was surprised.
What happened?
Sorry for wasting
Nothing.
your
YouTube
time.
doesn't like one of the words that they were
It
using.
wasn't entirely a waste. I found some evidence that sheds light on the origin of those creatures.
For what it's worth, Professor Westerbrook calls them Stygian harvesters. But what is it you found?
Your patient's diary. His dreams became too real, too confronting. He tried to stay awake using stimulants, but those Stygians appeared near him when he slept, as if they were leaking from his nightmares.
A psychic phenomenon or manifestation. How unnerving. I'm afraid he's not the only one suffering from such dreams.
I found your studies rather interesting, Dr. Grant. Got more places to search?
What dedication. Thank you. Your findings have been a rich resource for the scientific cause. I've got 2 more places for you. More dangerous, one with huge monstrosities, but I'll prepare a comparable reward.
We're gonna get a ton of bullets for this.
Just what am I getting myself into?
One of Oakmont's largest stores was closed after the flood hit. A looter tried to break in, but his thievery was, shall we say, interrupted. He was set upon by a huge wild beast and hardly made it out. The question is, with the building locked up tight, how did that creature get in?
What about the place with more
Riddle me this,
magical
detective.
creatures?
Well, there's a restaurant here with a bad reputation, not for its food, but for women disappearing. The police found nothing. I treated the partner of one missing girl. He arrived here severely injured and told me about the jumping maws.
He was at the restaurant too, I suppose.
Indeed. And what's curious is the place is still open. Please investigate and find out how that's possible.
Bye.
Sick. Yeah, okay, I got a bunch of... Missing out on a lot of... I should have used a first aid kit. Stupid. Knew I was full. Hopefully he gave me some gunpowder too. Nope, no gunpowder. He won't mind if I take a look around. Say, you don't mind if I root around your office, do you, old bean?
Mind if I poke around, sir?
Is this your locker? Yes, I'd like to see the inside. Very fine. Alright, I'm not gonna do those right now. I don't know how difficult these mystic books are, but I think I'm just gonna go back to the main quest because I'm so low on resources, and the main quest seems a lot easier than the side quests, so. Find Harriet Doe. To do this, I must investigate and discover who attacked the expedition and kidnapped her. Throckmorton's expedition was attacked in the depths beneath Oakmont. Professor Harriet Doe, expedition's leader, was captured. The others were all left to die. Basically, they got that doe. The attackers had all had distinctly fish-like features, Innsmouth syndrome as the locals call it. One of the assailants was killed in the fight. He carried a dagger and a peculiar golden amulet which resembled a fisheye. This can't be the only attack they've carried out. There must be evidence of more such crimes throughout the city. So let's go to the police station and we'll check the archive there. I don't know if you caught any of this on the stream from last night, Ryan, but yeah, I became very agitated by the archive system because apparently there's a specific order that the 3 search criteria have to be put in or it'll yield no results. And I was having such a hard time finding the proper order that like what I should put in what order, that I started getting I started just testing I had to test like every version of each one, like every combination in every three. If I knew all 3 items, I would just test every combination of those 3 things until I got it right. But it does seem, after looking online just a little bit, it seems like there is a specific order they are supposed to go in based on the order in which the information you receive in the notes is displayed. But I have no idea. It pisses me off. So if you start hearing me shout expletives. Go. Got it on the first try. So maybe there is something to figuring out the order that they go in. At about 10:30 p.m., April 15th, at the Fish Market, Eastern Shells, corner of Orchard Ave and Holy Fire Lane, I apprehended a suspicious-looking Innsmouther as he was stalking a young woman. The suspect had in his possession a peculiar golden amulet which resembled a fisheye, seized, as well as a dagger, seized. The suspect resisted arrest. When I tried to cuff him, he cried for help, screaming for his brothers from EOD. Several other armed fishmouthers appeared from the fish market. I was forced to release said Innsmouther and retreat. The suspect got away. The case is pending further investigation. Lieutenant Phelps. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Fish Market is located in the Eastern Shells at the corner of Orchard Ave and Holy Fire Lane. Eastern Shells is this side. Oh wow, I have a fast travel point right next to that. Perfect. It's not too far of a walk, but I would have to hop on a boat to get there, so I'm just gonna fast travel. In fact, even if I didn't have to hop on a boat, I would probably still just fast travel.
Don't waste my time, newcomer.
Let's look around for loot since we're so low on resources. Even though I'm pretty sure all of the loot boxes just replenish the moment you walk out the doors, to the extent where I could just walk in and out of the door and continue recycling loot boxes. I'm trying not to take advantage of that and only loot when I'm low on. Well, let's be honest, part of that is I just don't have space most of the time. I'm either overfilled with loot or I'm completely out and I need more in order to make stuff, ammo mostly. The ammo struggle is getting very real. It's about to get incredibly real. You ever watch any of those Don't Flop rap battles?
Yeah, I've watched a ton. We talked about it.
Yeah, probably. I'll frequently revisit Shuffle and Marlowe and Shuffle T battles consistently. New location, fish market. The scene of the crime.
Fresh fish? Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Don't be shy. Leave enough for everyone. Fish? Fresh fish? Fish? Fresh fish? Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny.
Get off me, bitch. I don't want any fish,
Don't
okay?
be shy. Leave enough for everyone.
I'm busy here.
I've heard that I can find an
Honestly, it's the most
organization
attractive
hereabouts
character
that
I've
goes by the
interacted with
name
so
of the
far, so.
EOD. Am I in the right place?
You sure are. I happen to be a representative of the EOD. Pleased to meet you. My name's Anna. Can I help you with something?
Charles Reed. Just a few questions, if I may.
Of course. Ask away, Charlie.
There will be loss. There will be darkness. Each of us has a part to play.
Alrighty.
There will be loss. There will be darkness. Each of us has a part.
What is the EOD? I mean, what do you do as an organization?
Well, we are a non-profit charitable organization. Actually, it's better to say that we're a gathering of volunteers. We're not an official charity yet. As for what we do, we try to help ease the suffering in our city as much as we can.
Oh. How do you do that?
We provide fish for the hungry and fix the homes of the poor. We also patrol the streets at night to keep the wild beasts and bandits at bay. And many, many more things. Whatever needs doing. Anything to help the people, Charlie.
It's been great chatting with you, but I'm actually here to speak with the EOD leadership. You know where I can find them?
Not so fast, Charlie. Nobody meets the top brass without being a member. You need to earn a rank in the EOD first.
Oh, you're kidding me. What for?
You need to prove yourself. Show us through your actions that you're worth our time. No offense, Charlie.
Sacrifice. There will be loss. There will be darkness. Each of us.
How can I join?
That all depends on what skills you can offer us. What do you do best?
Well, I'm afraid my resume's in my other jacket. Let me see. I was in the Navy during the war, and ever since it ended, I've been a private eye.
The sea provides. Turns out we have a job that's a perfect fit for you.
Okay. Tell me more about this job.
Well, last night someone tried to break into our fish storage room. Luckily, the guards scared him off, but I fear they'll be back to finish the job. That's why we've been busy today, giving away all the fish to the people. We'd rather it get into the hands of the needy than to some thief.
And you want me to find whoever this thief is, right?
You're smart, Charlie. I like it. Exactly.
Fine. Count me in.
Good. Thank you. Here's the address. Tell the guard the password, I serve the sea, and he'll let you into the storeroom.
See you later.
There will be loss. There will be darkness. Each of us has a part.
Do you want a fishy?
I'm not in the mood, newcomer.
And it is only fair to be afraid. Titanic forces are at work, infinitely greater than ourselves. Unknowable, incomprehensible. There will be sacrifice. There will be loss. There will be darkness. But these are the hallmarks of a pivotal moment in time. And each of us has a part to play.
I guess this city wouldn't be complete without a doomsday prophet.
Let me assure you, I am anything but. I am called Ebernote Blackwood, and this is the place I have chosen to share my message. Please, come to one of my full sermons.
Charles Reed. Good to meet you. Blackwood. You're a member of the Grand Family.
I am indeed the last of that line. Inheritor of an empty mansion and a severed history.
I'll see you around.
Fish storage is in western shelves on Hawking Lane between Warren Road and Liberty. There's Liberty, there's Warren. Hawking Lane.
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
Huh, that's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord. A man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
Let me guess. You need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Well, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
I'm just gonna have to walk. Fish market has clues I'm supposed to pick up. I don't think so. I think it's just a location, like the Devil's Reef. I could fast travel there. That would be closer. Let's do that. Is that supposed to be a mural of more love?
Please, help.
I love the aesthetic of this city that's partially submerged. Let's grab this fast travel really quick. Is that an infected area? Oh, it is, but I don't think I have to go that far. The infected area there.
Please, help me out. I'll take any.
Shells west. That's the ticket.
You got business here.
I serve the sea. Anna sent me here to investigate the recent break-in.
Sea be praised. Finally. I'm Daryl Grimes. How can I help you?
Can you tell me what happened? And don't skimp on the details.
Not much to tell, sadly. It was a man, that much I know. He snuck in while I was upstairs, tried to steal the fishies, but I heard him. Nearly got him with a harpoon by Kay, but I missed in the dark. He got away, that Dane, but I wonder, why steal what you can get for free?
Yeah, that's a bit of a puzzler. What did this burglar look like?
Same height as you. Not too big, not too small. Nothing to write home about. An average Joe. If not for his, bald head. That guy was as bald as an egg. I could see the moonlight reflecting off the top of his head.
And what did he steal?
Nothing. I scared him off before he could.
Where did he go after that?
Don't know, pal. He was way faster than me.
What's the deal with the password and such?
Orders from the higher-ups. I don't get to ask why.
All right. Well, that's enough for now, Mr. Grimes. I've got to go to work.
Here, take the key. May the sea bless you.
So you don't get to ask him about his disgusting fish face?
It's already been addressed. It was set up early on that they're different, and they even give an advisory at the beginning of the game that's like, we didn't want to just include outward racism that was portrayed in H.P. Lovecraft's work, but they wanted to touch on it, and so I feel like what they meant by that, they're like, we wanted to portray it historically accurate without overtly having people say racial slurs about other races and stuff. So I think that this is their attempt, is because they made different factional species of human that exist in the city. Innsmouthers, like this guy, are from Innsmouth, and they look like they're partially fish. And then there's a family, the prominent family, the guy I work for, Throgmorton. He looks sort of primate-like, and I think they represent two main, like, factions, like an the faction of, like, the old ones. They worship the sea on some level. They're, like, really linked to that old world. And then the Throgmortons, who are kind of, like, new people, old money, new, outlook, new politics, basically, progressive in a sense. And they represent, like, trying to wash out the old world and sweep it clean so they can pave the way for something of a new one. And so I think that that's what that is, but they're all over the city. I've walked past them. There's, like, regular people, all kinds of... I've interacted with a bunch of different characters that are Innsmouthers. And I'm not really sure how to feel about them at this point, but that's who I'm hunting right now, basically, is a group of Innsmouthers that kidnapped Dr. Doe and stole some artifact that I'm convinced is the reason everybody's crazy. But in one of my cases, it wouldn't give me the option to not deduce that the source of the insanity was Albert Throgmorton, the guy whose murder I solved at the beginning of the game. That leads to all of this stuff, leads to me working for the Throgmortons and shit like that. So I don't know why that was. I feel like I must have missed evidence, but I don't know if that'll affect the rest of the game or if I can figure it out later in another case. But we'll see.
The hall's fresh, still smells of the sea. No signs of decomposition at all.
Don't know what the eye means. It's one of the hobo marks that I was warned about, but I don't remember what it refers to. Gunpowder. I need more gunpowder. I'm gonna spend my knowledge point, and I want to spend it on something that gives me more crafting. Oh, I haven't taken that yet. Yeah, let's grab that. Give it up to 25. Right, it's the man-eating sea eels. I saw one while Mark was here. I was showing him that as I was sailing around the boat, you could see giant eels swimming around, and he was like, "What are those?" And I was like, "I don't remember what they're called, but they're not good."
That's a fancy-looking bottle. Looks like it was taken from a lab somewhere. There's some kind of powder left on the bottom. I better not touch it. It could be dangerous.
A Mind Palace clue. Interesting. Maybe if I can figure out what it is. It's upstairs and downstairs. I'm gonna check downstairs first. Even though usually downstairs is the worst place to be. What's that? Oh god. Oh god. Take that, you puke.
Thing's dead as a doornail, but I don't see any wounds.
It's literally a lobster cosplaying as a cat.
So first it ate the fish, and now it's dead. That's troubling.
They're giving out poison fish. The OD is gonna kill everybody back there at the fish market. Bad fish, bad fish, bad fish. What the hell? What? What'd I do? Is there some big reveal I missed? What would I do? Oh, I guess there is, but it's... deep sight. Wow, there's like a torture room back
I
here.
have questions.
Yeah, no doubt. NFD. No fucking doubt. I was honestly surprised to see the reviews for this game were so positive. Not that it's a bad game, I like it, and a lot of the reviews were negative, but they have mostly it has mostly positive reviews on Steam, which just makes me think that it's a niche game that I feel like a lot of people don't like, but a lot of people did end up liking it, which is awesome, because that means they'll make more games like this. The Sherlock Holmes style of games are very popular now, ever since the Sherlock Holmes series, which is really fun. If you haven't played the Sherlock Holmes games, I strongly recommend it. Crime and Punishment especially is a really good one. I love these sort of deduction web style games, and it's in its finest form in the Sherlock Holmes series.
I'm playing Farming Simulator.
Well, that's a great game. That's multiplayer too. I could play that with you.
Shit.
I could set that to install. And basically I would just come on and help you do the stuff that your workers can't do. Because don't forget you can assign workers. It should show you how to do that in the tutorial.
Yeah.
Letters from the orphanage. Dear Mr. Grimes, we can't thank you enough for what you do for the children. Did you install Darktide, by the way?
Yeah, it's installing now.
Word. Can't thank you enough for what you do for the children. In these dark times, your toys go down like a tall glass of water. We all pray for your good health every day. We also... Is that Anna Grimes? That must be the lady I met downtown. In these dark times, your toys will go down like a blah, blah, blah. We all pray for your good health every day. We also kindly remind you that we still await your visit. All our staff, and of course the children, are eager to finally meet our benefactor in person, so please don't hesitate and come down as soon as you're able. With eternal gratitude, administration of Oakmont Street, Jerome's Orphanage. I'll have to look that up, maybe that's the next lead.
Nice work. When I was a kid, I would have gone nuts for this. Well, if it was finished, that is.
I was a kid, I would have gone nuts for an unfinished, fully built boat that I could paint.
This guy must really be into his hobby to have such impressive tools.
It's funny that I'm so into the Warhammer miniatures now, because I remember that being one of the earliest things that I took an interest in, like a weird interest to, as like as a hobby other than video gaming was I used to, when Mom and Dad had that store, I don't remember which store it was, it must have been the flea market? It must have been the flea market, because I don't remember when else they would have sold anything like this. There was another store, I guess, but I don't remember where they sold this. But anyway, we had like toys that they were selling for a while. Do you remember that? When like the garage the playroom area that we had that you ended up moving into eventually had the it was just filled with like toys they had bought from like China, like the early version of Alibaba.
Yeah.
And then they were selling those,
so.
I think at the flea market. I don't remember where they were selling them, but it was something like that. And some of the toys they had were like model cars. And I remember buying, getting some, begging them for one. It was 67 Chevy Impala, and promising myself I was gonna build it. And I never, I built it, I believe, completely built it, and then never painted it. Because I wanted to paint it, and then I realized that that was going to be expensive. And I never got around to it. I think they're putting poison in the fish of some way, somehow.
I hope Professor Westerbrook never learns about this.
Professor Westerbrook never learns of this, and then what's the last one?
Come back, you thief. I'll show you not to mess with us.
Oh, I don't think he was a thief. He was just here to poison their fish. So maybe they didn't even know. Was there something I'm missing? There has to be one more. Somewhere. I missed.
I figure out how to get the cruise control working here. It's not available.
It should be.
Darn pests.
Maybe during the
Take them.
tutorial.
Okay, let's see
Maybe
what
it's
we
not.
have
Yeah, I'm
here.
thinking maybe it isn't because of the tutorial.
Possible. I have no idea what order this is going to be in. I think it's gotta be here,
I hope Professor Westerbrook never...
Here.
Just a little bit more.
here.
Come back, you thief. I'll show you not to mess with us.
Either that or this one's third and the other one's fourth. I'm not sure.
Darn pests. Mayor, take them.
Yeah, that's not correct. Let's try again. I think I got the first two right. I just got the third and fourth wrong. One.
I hope Professor Westerbrook never... Just a little bit more. Oh, no.
Darn pests. Mayor, take them.
I wasn't sure if that's him putting the gun back or taking it.
Come back, you thief. I'll show you not to mess with us.
Green.
A man
Super
broke into
green.
the fish storage, poisoned the fish with an unknown substance, then made a noise which alerted the guard, who chased him out.
Don't make that noise. Nope. Not allowed. Did I find all evidence? I did. I found all evidence. Okay, good. Super green. Daryl Grimes, not Anna Grimes. She told me the burglar had distinctive bald head. Old slimy key from the EOD fish storage. Label's been scraped off. There's some powder residue on the bottom of the flask. It's in the fish storage, so... Large quantities of possibly poisoned fish have already been distributed to the city's poorer citizens. Well, that's not good. The man who broke into the EOD fish storage is somehow connected to the university. I need to visit the university. And there's a secret chamber, but I don't have anything to link that to. Squid pro quo. I should have called it that, because it's a Cthulhu's game. Nothing else to loot, I think.
You dig up anything interesting?
I sure did. Turns out our friend here wasn't here to rob the place. He came to poison the fish.
By the sea. Are you sure?
Well, that's what the evidence suggests, anyway.
Okay, this is horrible. Please don't tell Anna it was my fault, or she'll have me quartered.
Anna will quarter you. You're joking about that, right?
Wish I was. Anna, she's ruthless when it comes to punishing the guilty, EOD member or not.
That's unexpected. Huh.
I mean... I'm trying to be super practical in this playthrough, and I just don't know. I can't rationalize. I don't even really see it as his fault. So...
Yeah, why does he think it's his fault?
Well, because he thought that the guy was stealing, didn't notice the poison, and told Anna that the guy just tried to steal and got scared off. So that's why they don't know that they're distributing poisoned fish to the people at the fish market, which could potentially kill a ton of people.
Well, sure, but how would he have known that?
Right. That's why I think I'm just not going to tell her it's his fault, because I just don't think it's his fault. I'm trying to be really practical, so I've basically done what I guess I would consider the bad guy choice in almost every instance, because I was hired to do a job by Mr. Throgmorton. I find the guilty party, and they're like, please don't, I'm poor and he's rich. It'll change my life if you tell him. He'll have me killed and my family killed. And I'm like, sucks to be you. Dude, I was hired to do a job. You did a crime. I have to tell him. I can't just keep telling him that the person who committed the crime, I found them dead. Even though I haven't told him that even once. I've consistently snitched on the person every single time. This just doesn't seem like one of those instances, so I'm not going to tell her.
Don't worry. I won't tell her. You seem like a decent sort, Daryl. I'll make something up.
Thanks, Mr. Reed. Here's a little something to express my gratitude. Take care now. Still, I've done wrong and I deserve to be punished. I'll stay on guard duty for the next month without a day off. You have my word.
All right. You go ahead and do what you gotta do, I guess.
This is a great job of vocalizing what I'm already thinking most of the time. Although it does seem like two or three different writers wrote dialogue for him, because it seems like his tone changes completely from one instant to the next at times, but I'm not sure if that's... It seems like obviously a writing team wrote his dialogue. It wasn't one person in one voice writing it. But,
I found a hidden room full of shackles and chains downstairs. Looks like some kind of torture chamber. Know anything about it?
What? Stop talking, Druck. That can't be true. I know this place top to bottom.
Now, Daryl, you know I'm a detective, and if you're lying, I'm going to find out one way or another.
I've got nothing to do with it, I swear, Mr. Reed. Go ask Anna. She's responsible for renting the place. I know nothing about this.
Okay. I'll talk to Anna. We'll see if your story holds up. Can you remind me where I can find the Oakmont University?
You can't miss it. It's the greatest thing Oakmont has to offer, except maybe our famous caramelized eel stew. Give me your map. There you go. But don't forget to first report your findings to Anna.
See ya.
May the sea protect you.
I know they meant for caramelized eel stew to sound disgusting, but frankly, eel is one of the most delicious sweet meats I could possibly
Yeah,
imagine.
that
Eel's
sounds
fucking-
really fucking good,
Yeah,
actually.
that would be sick, dude. Although I did take a sushi class one time, and while it didn't turn me off from eating it, I decided that I would never do anything like that again, because they have you cut the eel up to make the eel sushi roll, the eel thing, and sashimi it. But eels contain this is gonna be gross. This is a little trigger warning here. But the eels contain so much. Their body is so electrically charged. Not even electric eels, just regular eels carry so many are so tightly packed with neurotransmitters and carry electrical signals throughout their body that even after you've beheaded them, split their body in twain, and started cutting them into pieces, all of the individual pieces that you cut will continue writhing for a few minutes.
And then periodically, if they're not, there's a certain way to treat them so that doesn't happen, but periodically they will continue to sing "Take Me to the River" by Talking Heads.
Literally.
Take me to the river. Same with bass. It
Really?
might just be bass, actually. I think about it. Yeah, it might just be that. I don't think that's
fish on the plaque.
No, I'm pretty sure it's bass. I mean, that's a type of bass. Yeah, I don't know what kind it is, but I think it's just bass.
I think.
Did you know that this is actually true? This is actually true. Did you know that they don't? They've never been able to successfully observe, like, where eels come from.
Right, because they probably come from deep water.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's some
But they've
prehistoric shit down there.
they've not been able to absorb it. They've not been able to observe it in the wild, the mating and the birthing. And every time they try to capture eels to make them mate in captivity, they won't do it.
That's interesting. Yeah, there probably has to be appropriate conditions. They probably evolved to only mate under in certain conditions. Like complete. It's probably a pressure thing, and it probably literally has something to do with pressure. I wonder how. And I could obviously they could simulate pressure of deep water, most likely. So I'm sure that would be an easily diffused theory, but possibly that's my only theory. Is that has to do with pressure and lighting, and or maybe there's a specific habitat
Hello.
that doesn't.
Welcome to
the
Oakmont
f-
University Library. Joy
There has to be a
Hayden.
third eel
Can
in the
I
room
help?
watching.
Right.
Charles
Those are the
Just like when I made.
That's one theory. It's one of the theories.
Right.
Exactly. Like when you mate.
What the hell is wrong with
I
your mouth,
apologize
lady?
for my bluntness, but can I ask you a question?
Mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punishment. Long story.
Oh,
Again,
fuck.
sorry for me being so direct, but that can't be legal, can it? This looks like torture.
Legal in Oakmont. Local custom.
Huh. I need to see your book catalogs.
Sure. Over there.
Don't think I want to stay here
That's
anymore.
it? No payment, no threatening, no favors in return.
No. Library public. Knowledge for everyone. Welcome.
Well, that's music to my, eyes. This city doesn't
He
look
really
like it
wants
has
to
much
talk to this
need
lady
for
more.
books, except as fuel
Yeah,
for
right, like,
fires.
dude.
How come the library
So where are you
is in such
from?
good shape?
Mr. Frogman.
Jeez, that looks painful. God, that must be like
Funds.
torture.
Keeps
Anyway, how long you
everything
been
in
out
check.
on?
Really?
Literally, he's literally asking, like,
I
how's
wouldn't have thought
business?
that of him. I wonder why.
He says
You want to
people
grab a
need
coffee
hope,
later or something? Or?
entertainment, escapism.
Gap
Now
in those
more than
stitches
ever,
is just the right
can't
size for me,
imagine
I'm just saying.
library without his help.
Bye, Joy.
My name's Joy. Jesus Christ, that's the last thing I feel when I'm speaking to that person. Oh, jeez.
Hey, what's your name? Hi. I'm sorry. What's your? Hi.
Hi.
It's what now?
What's your name?
Hi.
I said hi. What's your name? Let's see. Let's see. I don't like have a specific. Someone connects to university. I think I need to find someone, maybe. Rather, I don't think the archives is... Look into this. Maybe I need to talk to Anna first, and she'll give me a lead. That's probably what it is, but since I'm already here, I'm just gonna check for her. You, sir. No? Okay. Ma'am.
What's your problem?
Oh, God. She... separated by mitosis. It's exactly like that movie Evolution. In fact, this game has a lot of similarities to the movie Evolution, now that I think about it. I'll go talk to Anna first. Hopefully she'll have a lead for me. I'm sure there's some dialogue where it's like, culprit said the name Dr. blah blah blah. You know anything about that? Well, what do you know about that? Hey there, fella.
Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely. Vote for Oakmont. Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely. Vote for Oakmont. Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely.
I've got news about your fish storage problem.
Oh, I'm all ears, Charlie.
It only looked like a robbery. Some guy broke into the storage to poison the fish. Near as I can tell, he succeeded, at least partially. I realize it's a lot to take on faith. Look, I've got a sample of what I think is the poison, though I can't identify it yet.
See, protect us. That's terrible. What kind of man would do such a thing, and why?
I don't know, but I aim to find out.
We need to stop distributing the fish. We have to let everyone know about this. Kay knows how many people might already be affected.
What do you want me to do with the poisoner once I find him?
I'd bring an end to him right there if I were you. The police and court are useless these days.
That wasn't the deal. I'm a detective, not a hitman.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Report to me when you find him. I'll see that the reward will be more than handsome, if you know what I mean.
I'll, see what I can do.
One thing still bothers me. The guard at the storage, Daryl. What was he doing at the time?
Your guard was vigilant. He fought bravely, but The poisoner knocked him out. You ask me, he deserves a raise.
Good old dependable Daryl. I hope he's okay. I'll see he gets his due. Goodbye, Charlie.
I still don't understand why he had to lie for him. Just say, as soon as he heard the intrusion, he went down there and scared the guy off. What the hell?
Now, refresh my memory. Where's the university here?
I know it very well. Here, give me your map and I'll show you.
You were a student there, I take it.
Yes, that's right. I earned my degree there a while ago. Are you surprised?
I just wasn't expecting to see a college graduate working here is all. I never had the opportunity myself. Could say I'm a bit jealous.
So,
You'll find that here in Oakmont, a woman can achieve much more than on the mainland.
in the original
Our
Innsmouth
university has always accepted women
book
with open arms.
from Lovecraft, were like the fish people all like Chinese or something like that? Like what is it replacing? I don't understand.
No, I mean, surely I believe it is a metaphor for some kind of race, but I mean, he wasn't calling, I mean, I'm not sure if this is what you're referring to, but he wasn't calling, like, Chinese people fish people necessarily. It was definitely
what are they replacing?
It's a stand-in.
What is it supposed to... So were they fish people in the original books, or they weren't?
They were, in fact, to the extent that the fish people are the basis for the Kuo-toa from Dungeons and Dragons. They're based on the fish people from Innsmouth in the Call of Cthulhu stories.
It's a common
like fish
fantasy
people.
trope now.
But I think
But I don't understand what are they... If it's literally the same in this story as it would have been in the...
It's the way that
Tales from
people talk about them, and it's the same in the story where, like I say, I think even then they were a stand-in for something. Here, they've pretty much... The racism is that that regular folk don't trust Innsmouthers, and the Throgmortons outwardly want to exterminate them, like want to get rid of them. And there are race riots where humans are hunting down Innsmouthers just out of pure hatred for them. But it's clear that you're meant to be endeared to some of the Innsmouther characters that you interact with here, even though there is a cult of them that is clearly supposed to be, like, at least early on, some sort of antagonists, although I'm sure there will be some sort of twist at some point. But I think in either sense if you read Lovecraft, that's not the only... He's openly racist to a lot of different factions, especially, I think it's at the beginning of Call of Cthulhu, where he just describes, like, how Mexicans are, like, shiftless and shit like that, like, dirty.
I've read it.
Right.
I didn't find anything objectionable then.
Right.
I didn't. If there was something really crazy in there, I just didn't pick up on it. It must have been too subtle for me.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like the white man's burden style of racism, where it's like kind of like he's like the white savior, sort of. He very early on establishes that he's like a white savior. So I don't necessarily think he wasn't like outwardly espousing hate speech, but he was being, stereotyping people, and I mean he is, but he doesn't do it in a way that's like, I don't know. I guess it's not what you would imagine.
I mean, he was, there. Yeah, were there some racists he was outwardly calling for the extermination of? Sure, but it doesn't really bother me.
Right?
So
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's too subtle.
It
was too subtle. I think is what. Yeah.
It was a different time.
I think you landed on it when you said he was too subtle.
It's too subtle. Just
subtle for you to understand.
Too much. Too undercurrent.
That's what it was.
I've found what looks suspiciously like a dungeon in the basement of your fish storage. Care to explain?
Excuse me? You found
quit this
what?
boring ass game.
A dungeon. Chains, shackles, and blood.
Which game?
Ring any bells?
Farming Simulator, yeah.
It's
not as fun alone, in my opinion. It's fun with friends because you guys can, like, we gotta do this
We only started
thing.
renting
We
the
gotta go
place a few
harvest
weeks
this.
ago.
And it's a game of moments.
I'm going to have to ask our landlord several uncomfortable questions, it seems. Thanks for the heads up, Charlie.
I don't believe this biddy for a second.
See you later.
Damn, so how do I don't know what I'm supposed to search at the frickin' thing then. something? Found all of the hints at both locations. All 3 locations. Oh no, that's very different. Alright, let's go try the university, see if we can figure it out. I guess chemistry, maybe? Maybe he stole from a chemistry teacher, and that's part of the criteria? I don't know. I love the harmonica. Really don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be looking for here. Gotta be something else here that I'm missing. Maybe I can ask her. No. The wrong location? Oh, I am. I'm at a totally wrong location. Got it. Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Oh, I forgot to post in the channel. I was gonna post the. I was gonna start posting every time I go live, just to see if any of my friends want to hop in and watch the stream. I forgot. By Riverway. Go this way. Eels on the inside job. Find an entrance where they can. I think about that character all the time.
Who? Old Greg?
Cockney geezer. No, the Cockney hitchhiker.
I don't know if I remember this character.
Vince always played him, or not Vince. Noel Felding always played him, and he's the green guy with the big white lightsaber, or lifesaver for like an eye, for like as a monocle. He had like a big white, the minty lifesaver monocle, and he wore a tall hat, and heels would pop out of his hat. And he's the one who sings that song. Eels, 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 eels.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I'm just a Cockney geezer. Taking my way on the road. Don't remember this? He's my favorite character from that whole series, that whole show. Him and Bob Fossil.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print.
I can't go for that. And that's why I can't go for that.
I think you're making it up. I think you're making all this up.
How? You don't remember the Mighty
There's
Boosh?
no Bob. There is
Welcome
no Bob
to
Foster.
the University of Oakmont. How can I help you?
He was on season
How can
1.
I-
He was the zoo owner.
Help you. No, he wasn't.
Well, Bainbridge, I guess, was the zoo owner, right? But who's gone on to be in quite a lot of stuff. I'm very proud of him.
Wrong.
He's
Wrong.
in that What We Do in the Shadows. He's in that show.
Nope.
It's pretty good.
Not in it.
He
Mistaken.
is. What are you talking about?
You recognize this bottle? You know where it comes from?
Sorry. We have hundreds of bottles like this in the university.
Fine.
He's the guy.
I need to know what's in it. Any suggestions?
Guilty.
You need an analysis. Well, I'm sure someone from the Department of Medicine can help there.
I'm looking for Professor Westerbrook. You know where I can find him?
You're the one bringing him the specimen?
Specimen?
Never mind. He's in the Department of Medicine. Let me show you.
You have a good day.
Goodbye, sir.
Interesting. This university is going to be huge, isn't it? It's going to be all of these buildings are probably eventually explorable. Explorable and deplorable.
Debbie, you're huge. Stop it. You're always trying to climb up the side of the damn couch.
I used to love making jokes about that. Do you remember when we come home from Twain's Kitchen? Your cat. I don't remember the cat's name at the time. Emma or something. The big cat, the really fat one. And it would sit in the door frame.
I think so.
Yeah, it would sit when you guys were living at mom and dad's house in wherever it was up there in Sandy Hook, and the cat would just be sitting in the door frame, and I would walk in the door, and I'd go, ooh, 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 Ookie Panuki Skywalker. It always reminded me of that scene.
I do remember that.
Giant fat slug laying in the shadows. I love that cat.
I do remember that.
My friend Yushi's, Tyler's cat, Yushi, has lost a lot of weight. I used to cat sit her all the time, and she's lost a ton of weight, and now she comes out and struts around, and they say she's really shy, but every time I come out, I feel like she remembers
Welcome
me.
to Oakmont University
She
Department
comes out
of Medicine.
and just rolls around on the ground near my chair.
Charles Reed,
Rubs up against
private
everything I've touched.
investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind.
Maybe she's hoping I'll give her extra dinner, because I used to really leave her, because I was like, I'm coming twice a day to feed her, and she gets no loving, and except for the times I'm here, because Tyler's gone and everybody's nobody's at his house.
You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could
I'd
tell me
chill with
what's
her for
inside.
an hour or so, and I give her food when I
That's
get
one of our
there, and
lab
I give her
bottles.
extra treaties
We
when
have
I
a
leave.
lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're somewhat hindered right now.
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well, creatures. Professor Westerbrook's research is a little unconventional, and something went wrong. Really wrong.
So, if I do a little pest control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes, you solve our problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement.
Son of a bitch.
What are you playing now?
Shinobi 3.
Shinobi or Ninja Gaiden?
Good question. Shinobi 3. Return of the Ninja Master.
Dumbass. I shot myself a Cthulhu.
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it.
Experiment log, part 1, March 2nd. I have finally received a living specimen. Sadly, it's only the smallest one. The grunts call it Mr. Handsome, but I think it needs a proper name. March 3rd. Was thinking about the name for the specimen all night. I began a series of experiments on the creature. So far, it has proven exceptionally resilient to all the poisonous substances at my disposal, as well as acid and electrocution. Its shrieking, though, is bound to haunt me. March 5th. Last night I had a vision. Thousands of hands wrapped around me as a blanket, and I heard the name inside my head. Stygian Harvester. That sounds like a positive experience. God, I hate that. The fuck is that thing? Okay, I'll get to it. Let's give ourselves a second here.
Some serious equipment they've got here. Oakmont University is clearly well funded.
That's what I'm talking about. You go from having not enough ammo to do any missions to I'm completely overstocked, and every time I try and loot something, I'm full. Experiment log part 2, March 10th. With those pesky limitations removed, I can finally continue my experiments unhindered. I need to know more. The specimen remained alive, even with half of its internal organs removed. It's fascinating. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough in biology as we know it. March 15th, 5 days later, I developed a way to reanimate their tissue, even in one that's been dead for weeks. This is monumental. The possibilities of it, the implications. Does it hint at something hidden, some trait present inside other creatures, and perhaps even ourselves? I need to find volunteers. That thing is gonna jump scare me. I can feel it.
I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
Jesus.
Door won't budge. Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
Your lab was, interesting. Running experiments on those creatures. What's up with that?
Oh, they're fascinating, aren't they? Convincing evidence of new branches in the evolutionary tree. Can you blame us for taking an interest?
Maybe not. But so much dead flesh down there, that's going to attract scavengers. Didn't you think about that?
Yeah. Well, no. We'll be more careful in the future. Your point's taken.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long. We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
That's poison.
Ricin?
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow-acting, but absolutely fatal to humans.
Guys who made this game 100% watched Breaking Bad.
So, where do you get ricin? This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here. For study, in our poison store. Or we did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold. But over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few days. Professor Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff live there. Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
Well... all right. This is serious. I'll help you. Here's the key, but please don't disturb the professor's things.
I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
What do you want to know?
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving staff we have. As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beast that recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in evolutionary theory. A secret that, once revealed, will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried. 6 feet under.
You're not a man of science, are you? It's not about why. It's about what if.
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none. Worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
I'll see you later. These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
Oh. Startle me.
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
Draft of an article. Brothers and sisters, too familiar. My fellow Americans, crossed out too. They are Americans too. Citizens of Oakmont, how much longer will we put up with these fish-faced basts? Crossed out. Those sea freaks, crossed out. How much longer will we put up with this? Those K-forsaken degenerates who call themselves the EOD, crossed out. All evidence collected. Nice. Let's check the Mind Palace. Professor Oakmont University is the poison thief. He made himself a copy of the key to the poison locker. According to his student, he lives somewhere in Advent.
Can you fill me?
Of course.
I'll
Somewhere in Advent. Yeah, it's just great. Maybe... City Hall? I have more knowledge points. Let's go. Check City Hall. See if there's to some archive. Maybe I can look up persons of interest. Maybe the library, university library.
Oh, stop bothering me, newcomer.
Citizens. Citizens. There we go. I was right. George Walter Cavendish. January 26, 1883. Mass.
It's pronounced Cavendish.
Is it?
I have no idea.
Advent Central, St. Michael's Road, between Carpenter Street and Constitution Street, flat number 2. Professor of Biology. University, civil status, divorced. That explains why he's crazy.
Cavendish.
Cavendish. Lives in Advent Central on St. Michael's Road, between Carpenter Street and Constitution Street, flat number 2. So...
Lord Palmerston.
St. Michael's Road, here. Oh, he's on St. Michael's Road between Carpenter and Constitution. I see. He's got to be down here somewhere then. It's not far. Can walk there. Let's just look for loot while we're here. Might as well.
Cavendish.
Sorry, I was talking about somebody else.
Oh.
A guy named Cavendish.
Yeah, that guy's
Extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
No. I ain't got the bullets for that, see?
What do you think, I'm made of bullets?
I am actually made of bullets. That's the twist. I looked it up. It's a spoiler, but... Flat number 2. Is there a hotel establishment here? No.
I think I'm gonna hop off voice chat, but I'm gonna continue watching on YouTube. So I think I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, word. I'm gonna take a bathroom break here in a second, like a little brief BRB, but then I should be back, and I'll be on pretty much until Mark gets on, which should be in like an hour or so. So I'll be on streaming for probably another hour before I switch over to Dark Tide.
Excellent. We'll do Dark Tide another night.
Yeah, word up. feel that. I'm home. I'll be home probably around like 9 or 10 tomorrow, and I'll be home earlier than that on Sunday. I should be home by like 8.
Okay. Got Emery back. So.
Okay. Word. I know Mark's off all weekend, so he's been asking me to play games for a while. So I'll probably, if you're not around, I'll end up on with him on Dark Tide.
What
But
were the
you're
three
always
of us
welcome to
playing
Judging
play
by the layer of dust
Destiny.
on it,
We do
this ring hasn't been worn in a long time.
Played a little
Why keep
Destiny
it
the first
around?
time. On Wednesday.
Yeah, I want to get back into it, but I have a feeling that the DLC, the final shape, will be a lot cheaper pretty quickly, so I'm just kind of waiting for that.
Well, Final Shape's not coming out till April.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going to wait until it drops, and then I'm going to probably... I mean, I guess I could partake in the
This
season, but...
Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation.
Probably the last
and the
time they'll ever make
EOD's in
money
the
off
center of
Destiny 2.
all of it.
Maybe.
And therefore, probably...
I don't think a lot of people will buy it, and I think they'll have to drop the price to get people into it, but maybe. We'll see. I'm just not into it right now. I've got so many...
I think that the core that the core fan base is going to buy it regardless because they've been playing for so long. They need to see how it ends.
Right. Maybe.
And they're going to just milk those people as much as they can and then just their losses move on to Marathon or something.
Right.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Word.
Being predatory with their pricing has never stopped them before. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, all right, I'm gonna hop off.
Word. Yep. I'll be on for a little bit longer. Who knows? Whenever Mark gets on, I might leave suddenly. So if I don't stay on for very long, that's why. But I am gonna take a bathroom break here in a sec. So, but either way, yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Well, sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Word. GG's.
Peace.
Peace. Gone. Body count rises as vanishings continue across Oakmont. Locals are in a panic, with most of the reported disappearances occurring in the Shells, Salvation Harbor, and Grimhaven Bay. Captain Caleb Lyons of the Oakmont Police has put out a call for information. Our evidence suggests a link between these disappearances and the charity organization, EOD, that has recently risen to prominence among the city's poor, said Lyons. Most of the victims seem to have either joined this group or been a recipient of their alms. We encourage anyone with information to come forward. The Chronicle reminds readers to avoid any suspicious newcomers, especially Innsmouthers, and to remain at home during evening hours. Stay alert.
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD's in the center of all of it.
Newspaper issue February. Disturbance in the Shells as fighting breaks out between locals and Innsmouthers. The cause of the conflict appeared to be the disappearance of several women, with locals accusing a group of Innsmouthers of the crime. The Oakmont police continue to investigate the vanishings, but as yet, the case remains unsolved. One source from the Shells reports that traces of fish scales and seaweed were found at multiple victims' homes, which seems to have precipitated the fight. Westerbrook usually has his lunch about 2:30, get some soap, and always stays at the fish market. She shouldn't learn about me. New hauls of fish arrive every 2 days. An ounce per box will be enough. The guard spends most of his time on the second floor during the night. Think about a way to divert suspicions from Westerbrook. Don't want him to come to any harm. Don't forget to return the flask to the storage. Think about plan B.
Judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
What's that noise?
Won't budge.
I loved you. I always loved you.
A lot of fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
Just recoup a little sanity here before we go into the upside down.
You will never understand our cause! My child is blessed by the sea! I'm leaving you, George! George? I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
I don't care what your damn EOD cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine! Mine!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
George?
I don't care what your
You will never understand our cause! My child is blessed by the sea! I'm leaving you, George!
Green?
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the EOD. This caused their split.
Uh-oh. About to have another out-of-body experience.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Calm down. The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator.
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A burglar. Explain yourself.
No, Cavendish. Time for you to do some explaining. Care to tell me why you poisoned the fish at the EOD warehouse? And you better not lie to me. Oh, sorry. Is this making you angry? Yeah, two can play at that game, and believe me, I've got plenty of anger for the both of us.
How dare you?
I'm only going to ask politely once. Then my gun will do the talking.
Fine. Fine. Yes, it was me. But I had a good reason to do it. It all comes back to Anna.
What's Anna got to do with all this?
As you might have already gleaned, she was my wife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it all starts to come together now.
The EOD robbed me of her. It all started with the free fish. We were all short on food at the time, and then they hooked her with their nonsense about the benevolent sea and greater good. I looked past it for some time, but then...
She became pregnant.
Yes. At first, I was over the moon. But then one day she came to me, that snake, and told me that the child was not mine. She said it was blessed by the sea, that it was demanded by the EOD. Doom take them! I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the EOD are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members.
Some of those initiates, as they call them, vanish without a trace. And not just them. They kidnap ordinary folks, too.
And poisoning the fish would prevent this. How?
Oh, you see, not everyone in this city believes in the EOD yet. They have opposition among the citizens, both rich and poor. A rumor of the EOD's fish being poisonous and several incidents would be enough to undermine the EOD by sparking fear and mistrust.
There must be another way to deal with the EOD. Like, if their crimes are that obvious, why don't you just go to the police?
They're resourceful, those sons of hagfish. They maintain a squeaky clean image, and they're good at it. I tried going to the police. They were no help at all. And I'm not suicidal enough to make it public and take them to court.
So what's your next move?
I was interrupted and couldn't finish my task. The EOD received a fresh haul of fish, but now they're on alert and raised their guard. I understand I'm in no position to ask. But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
What did she mean? Blessed by the sea.
What do you think is the cause of Innsmouth syndrome in people?
Living in Innsmouth?
That K-forsaken place has nothing to do with it. It comes from breeding with monsters. These sea creatures they call Deep Ones. They take our women and they spoil them with their seed. Then they give birth to degenerate fish-faced offspring.
Where did you learn all of this? This information about the EOD?
After Anna left, I had nothing. But I did have a lot of time to research Innsmouthers, the EOD, and the story behind them. It is an old and powerful organization. They appeared back in the mid-19th century in Innsmouth, and the first people with the Innsmouth syndrome started showing up around that same time.
Ah, perhaps not coincidentally.
No, of course not. And the EOD is immensely rich. The sudden rise to power of the Blackwood family happened right after they joined them.
Keep talking. Now, what is it you want from me?
Poison the rest of the fish. It's spreading, but it's not enough. The EOD trusts you enough to deal with me, so it should be simple for you. My agent inside the EOD reports that they've just received a fresh haul. That's your target.
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let innocent people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. No, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no, no. You don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fist fight you, bro. I have a gun. So that fight ended quickly, huh? Didn't it? UD has much more going on than charity organizations. They're dirty, I know it. Whatever they're up to isn't good. George sabotaged the EOD, and George Cavendish poisoned the fish to undermine the EOD's charitable operations. Anna Cavendish is a zealous servant of EOD, and she will follow any instruction without hesitation. there's no middle ground here. Wish I had known that. I might have to load it. Right. Well, I'm gonna think about this. I know I was gonna just take a break and then come back, but I think I'm actually done for the evening. I'm gonna hit up my boy Mark and see when he's hopping on. Oh boy. But I am gonna continue streaming this probably sometime tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. So we will be back. But that's it for tonight, actually. I want to think about this decision a little bit. Until next time.